We've got a $2.7 billion budget. And right now we're $40 million of unfunded items and unfunded programs. I have to ask, where's the smoke and mirrors on these monies? $40 million being spent for other things that had to come out of a budget somewhere, which tells me that we're not applying the monies that we work with in an appropriate manner. So we have asset forfeiture money, MTA money, ICE money. I mean, we can go on and on. Court services, the contracts we have there, and the monies, I think, are not being used as designed. And if we've got $40 million that are being utilized for something else because we have to backfill on unfunded items, that's unacceptable. All that has to go away. And the only way I'm going to be able to absolutely ensure to the public that we're doing the right thing, is the fact that I need to do an audit, an independent audit for every single penny spent on the department, and make sure it's properly used. And if it's not, same thing. I start an investigation. I find out who's involved. If there's any criminal activity, stand by, because those people are going to be prosecuted. In other words, somebody stole $40 million to put it into another program. And by stealing money to put it into another program, good or bad or indifferent, you're violating the program and the contract from which it was driven from. That being said, that needs to be investigated, because that's right now, that's causing us some grief and turmoil, is because now we have to come up with money to supplant or try and figure out what caused these particular problems. The education-based incarceration, that was his pet project. And there's just so much money being dumped into that we have to ask, where did the deputies come from to do that? They had to be stolen from somewhere else. Where did the monies come to pay them to go ahead and do that? It's a good program, but not at the expense of other mandated and necessary programs that we need to do. So 400 deputies are then being stolen from somewhere else. A normal deputy with salaries and employee benefits runs about $100,000. And so if you multiply the deputies times the payroll times 40 million, you're talking probably close to 400 deputies. So where do those 400 deputies come from? Courts, corrections, unincorporated areas? That's what we need to find out. That's a whole lot of money that's being mismanaged. And that's a whole lot of deputies that could be used and utilized in other areas, because we're paying overtime like crazy and making our administrative personnel work out of assignments. We've got homicide people right now that should be conducting homicides that have to go to a court and act as a bailiff. We got deputies working our special victims that investigate the incest and child abuse that are going to have to sit in a radio car and drive around instead of doing the investigations. So these 400 bodies are coming from somewhere within the organization, and others are trying to have to backfill behind them, so the work is not being accomplished as designed. And right now, our Special Victims Bureau that investigates their child abuse, they've got 2,000 open cases. 2,000 open cases since 2010 that aren't being investigated. That means the suspects are still walking around. They're still out there as predators to all the other citizens that are out there, because we're not looking into the investigations. My pathway to reform is my roadmap. You can find it on my website, bobolmsted.com, and it's a 17-page comprehensive document. That and other aspects that need to be looked at on the LA County Sheriff's Department.